Do you know a Miss Nicole Ford?
This is Susan Bassi. And while we're all familiar with cop watchers and them being threatened with arrest when they record police, we're not as familiar with court watchers and the importance of what they do. Court watchers are freelance journalists and members of the public who go into a court proceeding and watch when there are no cameras. And on this day in particular, they were watching a civil harassment case because it seems that civil harassment cases are increasing at an exponential rate. Judges and court commissioners are issuing these harassment orders based on somebody simply saying that they're fearful about what somebody might do or what they said. And a judge, not a jury, then issues an order that eliminates your Second Amendment rights and can greatly impact your employment. And on this day, when the court watchers were watching a civil harassment calendar in front of a court commissioner, the fire alarm was pulled while I was outside. And so I started to record outside that courthouse, and this is what I saw. While I was recording the police and the fire drill activity, which we have a First Amendment right to do, out walked a number of judges from the back of the courthouse. Judges that only local reporters and court watchers would know because they would know what they look like. On the right, Judge Zahner, who was the presiding judge of the courts here in Santa Clara County for over 2 years. And that is Judge Lori Pegg, who was the co-chair of the Secret Bar Bench Media Police Committee that we've been reporting on, because that committee saw a number of judges and lawyers meeting in secret. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, this is what happened after I was recording the judges and around that courthouse following the fire drill.
I'm working right now. What do you need to talk about?
So I just wanted to talk to you with regard to someone that may have walked in.
Who walked in?
The courthouse.
What do you mean someone that walked in?
And with you recording at the courthouse at downtown Superior.
Which one? The one I was just where I just was?
Yes, where you were filming?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody that walked in the door.
Do you know a Miss Nicole Ford?
I didn't see Nicole Ford walk in. Did she walk in the door?
Yes.
Okay. Well, guess what? I was outside the courthouse. There was a fire drill. I didn't know there was a fire drill. So what else would you like me to say?
Okay. So you didn't know that she was walking into the courthouse?
No, I did not know that.
Did you end up videoing her as she entered?
How would I know if I didn't see her? I don't have my glasses on, and I just film.
Okay. But you're making the statement that you did not see her.
Would you like to look through my video and see if I recorded her?
Sure.
I'm not going to show you my video.
This is what it looks like when an attorney or a judge abuses the system. Nicole Ford is a divorce attorney we were investigating for public corruption. She's a minors counsel, works in private judging cases, and she also is a political appointee to a board and a commission in the county, which makes her a public official. She told a judge that the way that I looked at her at a public meeting made her fearful of me, and the district attorney backed her up, saying that I was quite a threat chasing him around county meetings and buildings. That's what journalists actually do. But Nicole Ford has used her power and her influence and all of her conflicts of interest in this county, where she is involved with the local bar, Inns of Court, and other referral groups that bring a lot of money into the court system. And she used that to get a civil harassment order against me. And this is a police officer trying to enforce that order for the benefit of Nicole Ford. And this is how they do it.
Or know that the NBC reporter's in there recording, so she doesn't have to worry about me.
TS Control 2096, 1095111, outside of the Old County Courthouse. WFA Gray over Black. Code 4.
So the problem with restraining orders over a person in a public space when you're dealing with a journalist is you can't anticipate where everybody is. It's a willful violation, and I didn't willfully violate anything. I'm recording in public. I'm a journalist, just like you're a cop recording in public.
Okay. So you didn't. Your statement is that you did not see her, and and enter the building.
I didn't go in the building, so how could someone say I
you didn't
did?
see her enter the building.
No.
And therefore, you stayed.
I was in the back,
you on
saw all the
outside.
judges come out the back. I recorded out there. She didn't come out there. I didn't see her with the judges.
Okay.
I was in the front with the reporters and everybody else covering her hearing. I'm not in the hearing covering it.
Okay.
I'm walking my dog, and I'm walking by. There was a fire drill, and I stopped and talked to everybody while they were there.
And you didn't film the people entering or moving towards the building.
What does that mean?
So, like people coming up to the building.
Yeah.
Right.
I filmed in public outside the building. I do that all day long.
But are you aware that there's a restraining order between you and?
She doesn't get to stop me from recording in public. Understand how ridiculous that sounds?
But I'm just saying, are you aware of that?
Am I aware of what?
Are you aware of?
There's no restraining order that says I can't film in public.
But there is a restraining order between you and her.
And guess what happens if she goes to the courthouse and I see her? Guess what Judge Overton said? When she didn't say, by the way, that she was running the Bar Bench Media Police Committee, she forgot to say that. But she did say that if I come to the courthouse and Nicole's there and I see her, I turn around and walk away. I didn't see her. And you see me walking away. So even if I did see her, I'm walking away. So what is the issue? What do you want to do?
No, I just want.
What do you want to do? You want to try to get me on a contempt because Nicole Ford's whining to you?
Okay, you're asking me the question?
Yeah,
I am.
am.
Finish. I'm coming to you to get a statement.
Okay.
To see exactly what you knew and pretty much what you were doing.
Okay. You saw what I was doing. You saw me recording you.
Yes.
You saw me standing there.
Yes.
Looking, talking to somebody with my camera pointed, not even watching what I was recording. You saw that, right?
Yes.
Always remember that everything you do or say could one day be an exhibit in court. Somebody heard about the little commotion that Nicole Ford caused outside that courthouse, and they sent me this picture that they took when they were walking in the courthouse. The picture shows me standing with my dog and speaking to another person exactly like the police officer knew that I had.
Okay, so how could I possibly be intentionally recording anybody?
Okay. And so.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Officer Sablin, let's come on.
Sublime.
Sublime.
But, I need to investigate it. It was an allegation, so I need to investigate it and determine whether.
Remind Ms. Ford she doesn't own the courthouses. And she doesn't get to stand and block all the courthouses. I don't know where she is. I don't know what her schedule is. And so I was standing outside the courthouse talking to some people. That was it. I filmed some judges too. You want me to show you that video?
No, I don't need to see that.
What's up, Fred?
How you doing?
You know what I'm doing? Yeah.
If you didn't hear that, that wasn't a judge, but a court commissioner asking the sheriff's deputy if I was recording her in public. And he told her that I was and that I had a right to do so. But interestingly enough, that court commissioner was the one presiding over all the cases where Nicole Ford was representing clients that day. A court commissioner who doesn't clearly understand the First Amendment right to record public officials on a public sidewalk is making decisions about civil harassment cases with Nicole Ford. And the amount of public resources, time, and energy that we are spending over attorneys and judges not knowing the law and about the First Amendment or being snowflakes when it comes to recording in public is an issue that we all are going to need to address, and we're probably going to need more court watchers to do so.
Officer Ray?
Miss Bassi?
Haven't seen you for a really long time.
Still here.
What's that?
Still here.
I'm sure you miss me. A little bit.
Everybody.
Little bit. You did a little bit, Officer Ray. I know you did. You know what? I want to tell you something. Ready for this? You know what I'm really, really proud of? I heard the fire alarm. So I went to the back, And I thought, that's kind of interesting, a fire alarm going off in the courthouse. And then the judges came out, and one of the judges said, she's recording me. Is she allowed to do that? And guess what? The sheriff deputy said, yes, I am. That's progress.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty much what I was looking to talk to you about. I mean, that was it. So, all right. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Come on, Pep.